Welcome to the most haunted building in the city. This is Lawang Sewu, which in Japanese means 1,000 doors. It's because this building has an insane number of doors and windows. This Dutch building was built in 1903 and it was used as the head office of Dutch East Indies Railway Company in Semarang, Indonesia. After the Japanese invaded Indonesia in 1942, the Japanese army took over Lawang Sewu. The basement of the building was turned into a dungeon, with torture and execution of Indonesian people taking place there. When Semarang was retaken by the Dutch in the battle, in October 1945, the Dutch forces used a tunnel leading into the building to sneak into the city. After the battle, Indonesian army took over the building and it was used as an office for a few years before it's abandoned. According to urban legend, the building is claimed to be haunted because it was neglected for decades, which resulted in the abandoned building becoming subject to rumors, and ghost stories multiplied as Lawang Sewu truly began to look the part of a haunted house. Well, anyway, this large and mysterious building is not simply a deserted structure, but it's an icon of history and heroes.
Do you know what the most haunted building is in South Carolina? Built in 1802, the Old City Jail has been called the most haunted building in South Carolina. It housed some of Charleston's most infamous criminals and about 600 Union soldiers during the Civil War. The original building consisted of 4 stories with a 2-story octagonal tower. But in August 1886, an earthquake rocked Charleston with a 6.7 to 6.9 magnitude. The earthquake caused such severe damage to the top floor and tower that they were completely taken down. During the years of operation of the Old City Jail, there were many inmates, including some of the last sea pirates of the 19th century, as well as convicted thieves and murderers John and Lavinia Fisher, who by some accounts was the first known female serial killer in America. Like so many prisons of the time period, the county jail reportedly held prisoners in terrible circumstances, including extreme heat and cold and crowded conditions. Over the course of 137 years in operation, some say that about 10,000 to 14,000 people have died trying to survive, quote, a dirty, filthy place unfit for human beings to live in, end quote. Today, visitors have spotted many eerie things over the years at the Old City Jail, like the spirit of a jail employee holding a rifle on the 3rd floor, or the ghost of a black man who seems not to know where he is. Other visitors have also reported the sensation of being choked or suddenly losing one's breath. While there has been so much dark and eerie history in this old jail, do you think it's actually haunted and ghosts are real?
This is one of the most haunted places in Singapore. On May 15th, 1990, a couple, James So and Kelly Tan, were on a date walking along the East Coast Park. They decided to take a break from walking and stopped at the Amber Beacon Tower to chat. While sitting at the top of the spiral staircase, 2 men appeared and walked past them up the staircase. They thought nothing of it, but moments later, the 2 men, now masked, rushed down and assaulted the couple from behind. Even though James sustained knife injuries, he continued to fight them off and eventually threw one of the attackers over the railings. But Kelly wasn't so lucky and sustained the same injuries to her neck. The couple painfully made their way to a nearby restaurant to seek help and were rushed to Singapore General Hospital. However, Kelly Tan tragically didn't make it through the night. Till this day, the attackers still remain at large, and it is said that the crying of Kelly Tan's restless spirit can still be heard from the Amber Beacon Tower. That is why
this building you are seeing is one of the haunted buildings they have in Anambra State, and this particular one is situated in Onitsha. Yes, Opiweka to be precise. So this property you are seeing is an abandoned property, and the reason this property is abandoned is because of the haunting experience, ghost experience people have witnessed in this apartment, even those that rented it when they were still renting it out, they all experienced different kind of ghost movements, ghost attacks, because it was said allegedly that the owner of this property was a ritualist. He was involved in blood money in his time, and even his children that tried to inherit this property. The first one that inherited it died. The second one, the last born, took off. Like, he doesn't even want to have anything to do with this property. This lady here will help explain further on this apartment because she lives around here.
The story is much, we can't even finish it. You should let me call it a blood money house. The man who invested in it, he died. And when the children invested in it too, they died. So he got himself into a babalawo and he paid for the land, erected the building to the second floor. And when the children came back from outside country, they tried entering into the house, used their father's money. The man died, the children died. Even the last one remaining said he will not touch the money. Even when the child came and still went into the father's money, the child also died. And
they've not been able to rent it out?
No, it's been here. If it's possible, at least Peaceman should have got it now and
use it as a park. Yes.
If it's lodge, he can erect it and start up something. But the man too is afraid. He doesn't want to lose his life. So it's a strong thing.
Wow. Guys, things they happen, Things they happen. This house is sitting at Opiweka, close to Peace Mass.
This secret location took a little while to get to, but as you'll soon see, it did not disappoint. Something truly terrifying was caught.
This old tower in the hills of Lancashire is said to be haunted by the spirit of a black monk and a ghostly girl. Numerous
Did you see it?
have happened over the years, from banging in the night to full apparitions.
Let's take a closer look at the background, specifically the other side of the tower. What the hell was that watching me while I was recording the introduction? This place is completely remote and there was not another soul round. It looks to me to be that of a little girl, one of the apparitions that are said to haunt this old tower. She allegedly fell from the upper floors in the 1800s, breaking her neck.
Okay guys, so I finally made it. This is the most haunted house in Ohio, guys. This is the Franklin Castle, and I have an email sent to the lady who owns it to see if I can spend a night in it. So they also do tours. So if I'm not able to spend a night, I'm definitely going to do a tour. And then tonight there's a full moon, I mean. So I decided that tonight was going to be the night I come out. And guys, that window right there is the window that they say sometimes you can see the lady in black in the top window where the railing is.